Hi team, welcome to today's stretch. So our fitness challenge today is just going to be to give ourselves a good stretch of all the muscles that tend to just get a little bit over tight. And what we're going to do is take them through a developmental stretch. So what this is a chance to really deep stretch those muscles. We'll take them to the point of mild tension, we're going to hold them, and then we're going to progress the stretch. So it's slightly different from the static stretch that we did last week, in that instead of just moving into the position and holding them for our 30 seconds, we're actually going to develop the stretch in order to increase our flexibility. So our full body stretch we did last week was just about returning the muscles back to their original length after a workout. Today's routine is what's going to help you increase your flexibility. So let's get to it. Start on your back for the hamstring stretch. So same stretch that we did last week, but I'll show you how to develop it a little bit more. So feet on the floor. Take one leg up towards the ceiling. Remember, you can grab your towel, you can undo your shoelaces and hold them, or just hold on the back of the thigh or the calf. So take a deep breath in, exhale and pull the leg a little bit closer. Now it is best to stretch when your body is already warm. I've actually just finished one of my Strong Fit Women live workouts. So these are the workouts I do twice a week with the ladies in the paid membership, and they just join in, ask questions and just get motivated through the workout. So I am really warm. Now you'll notice in your hamstring it will have eased a little bit in terms of the tension. So take a deep breath in again, exhale and take the leg a little bit closer to your body. So you've increased the stretch, and we're going to do this 3 times. Make sure your tailbone is down. And if you notice your foot shake or your leg shake at all, just ease off the stretch. So last time, take a deep breath in, exhale, and take it a little bit further. We always increase the stretch as we breathe out, because your body naturally just relaxes a bit more when you do a long breath out. So it makes the stretch more effective. And relax down. So change legs. So the whole stretch is about 30 to 40 seconds, and you increase the stretch 3 times in total. So you start in your stretch and then take it 2 more times. So take it to the point of mild tension, either holding your shoelace, your towel around here, or holding the back of the thigh or the calf. And just hold and try and relax. So if you haven't done a workout before, and that's fine, just go for a 5-minute walk just to get the blood flowing, get the muscles warm, and it'll just make your stretch a little bit more effective, and at the same time reduce your risk of injury. So the muscle eases after about 10-12 seconds or so. Take a deep breath in, exhale and draw the leg a little bit closer towards you. And just hold and relax. So hamstrings, really important to stretch. Your hamstrings come up on the back of the leg and then join up on the pelvis. We're going to take this one stretch further. And exhale, take it a bit deeper. So if your hamstrings are tight, they're joining up on the top of your pelvis, they're going to tilt your pelvis out of alignment just because your hamstrings are tight. And that's going to give you back pain if it goes on for too long. So really important to make sure that you've got these flexible hamstrings. Okay, and release down. So next up, we're going to do our glute stretch. Take one leg, cross the ankle over the opposite knee. Reach through, one hand through the middle and one hand round the outside, and pull the leg towards you. It doesn't matter what this leg is doing down here, just let it relax. And this knee, you just want to try and keep it out, ideally in line with the ankle. Take a deep breath in, exhale and just stretch. So it's a really good idea to try and do this deep stretch routine just once a week. More if you've got time, but at least once a week, just to give yourself a chance to increase your flexibility in those tight muscles. Otherwise you're going to just train and then do your full body stretch at the end of your workout and just maintain the level of flexibility you've got, which is great, but it's not going to help you improve and get better and more flexible. So deep breath in, exhale, take it a little bit deeper. So you should feel it to the point of mild tension, and then it just starts to ease after about 10 seconds. Last time, deep breath in, exhale and stretch, pulling the leg towards you. And relax down. Change sides. So feet still on the floor. Take the ankle, cross it over the other knee. Pull it in towards you. Deep breath in. Exhale and stretch. And you might notice that one side is a little bit more flexible than the other. These imbalances are really important to notice, and just to try and, over time, try and sort them out. If we can be as symmetrical as possible, then we are going to reduce the risk of injuries. Deep breath in, exhale and go a little bit deeper. So not all of the stretches we're going to do are going to be these developmental stretches, but all of the stretches we do today will be really good at hitting those muscles that are commonly tight. They'll affect your posture. They might cause pain in the knee or in the back. One more time, deep breath in, exhale and stretch a little bit more. Just pulling that thigh towards you to just increase the stretch and relax. So from here, just take one leg down, bring the other knee to the chest and just hold it for a second. What this does is just ease out the hip flexors. It's not just about holding this leg. I want you to actively press the back of the other leg into the floor, opening out the hip, and change sides. So one leg is long, the other knee to the chest. Press the back of this leg into the mat and pull the other one in towards you. This is actually a really nice stretch routine to do just while you're sat on your lounge, just on your carpet if you've got one. That's where I tend to do mine because there's a bit of space, it's relaxing, just kind of gets you ready for bed. Okay, go back to the first leg. The knee comes up to the chest. We're going to stretch your lower back. Now, if you get any pain in your lower back, I want you to stop the stretch. This stretch is great for kind of easing out some lower backs, but it depends on the lower back issue that you've got. So just be really careful and seek guidance if you're not sure. So knee to the chest. The other foot can just rest on your straight leg. Your arm out to the side. And you're just going to take the knee across the body to just twist your lower back as you look towards the arm that's out to the side. So you're just opening up the lower back. This is one of the stretch guidelines on the ACC stretch poster. They've got some free resources on the ACC website, and there's 2 stretch posters that they do, which are actually really good. This is one of them. And then come back. So swap legs, one leg down, other knee up towards the chest. Hold on to the outside of the thigh. This hand goes out to 90 degrees with the palm down. And then take it across your body and look to your other hand. What you'll also find is that you get a little stretch through the chest as well. And we just hold and just try and breathe really slow, really deeply, just to really exercise the sympathetic nervous system, to just relax you. And then come back up. All right, bring yourself up to seated gently. We are going to do the inner thigh stretch, the long adductor stretch. So in our full body stretch routine that I've also posted for you guys, we did it with the feet together last week, and this was the alternative. Today we're going to do this version. So if you are really tight through the hamstrings, so underneath the thighs, what you can do is sit on something, a cushion or a little step, or something like a yoga block, that type of thing, just to lift your bum up, and it will make it a little bit easier. Failing that, just soften the knees a little bit. We want to get you as tall as possible. Start with the hands behind you, just lifting the upper body to a nice straight position, and it might be enough of a stretch for you. And you should feel it on the inner thigh, just opening out the hips. Sometimes if these muscles are tight, again, anything that's kind of in the top of the thigh can pull the knee joint out of alignment. So if you have got niggly knees, stretching the inner thighs, the hamstrings, the quads and the IT band are really good ideas. So the stretch eases after a period of time, about 10 seconds. Now we can take the hands in front and just walk the fingers forward. Make sure that you keep your back nice and straight. We don't want to round in there. Just keep the back straight and the chest up. And you'll just deepen the stretch and hold. Again, if you get any back pain, don't do this stretch. Go and see your physio, your PT, and just ask them about whether this stretch is right for you, and then they'll be able to give you an alternative if it's not. And deep breath in, exhale, and walk your hands towards you. walk your hands towards, away from you rather, so that your chest comes closer to the ground. And then come up. All right, gently, and I tend to use the hands, just bring the legs up. So you've been in a good deep stretch. We're going to move on to stretching your piriformis. Now, if you get sciatica type pain, that shooting pain down through the side of the leg, this is a really good stretch for you. Your sciatic nerve in some people actually runs directly through the muscle, the piriformis muscle, which is deep in your butt. Now, if that butt muscle is tight, it's actually going to pinch your sciatic nerve and give you pain. So for some people, just doing this stretch is enough to get rid of the pain. So, come up onto all fours. Take your knee, bring it up towards the same side wrist. Okay, so think left knee, bring it up to the left wrist. Take the foot across the body. You might have to lift this other leg to get it out of the way, so that you've now got it at an angle. You're sort of bringing this foot up. Then slide the foot back. And your goal is to try and get the outside of this thigh down onto the floor, pressing that left hip down until you feel a stretch in the butt. Now, if you don't feel it, you can walk this foot a little bit further round, a bit closer towards that side. And to make it a little bit more challenging, come down onto your elbows so that your chest is now starting to press on the leg, and you should feel a stretch deep in your butt muscles. And if you want to take it even further, you can actually just stretch out the whole body, just pressing down. So you can choose how far you take this stretch. You might also feel a little bit through the inner thigh, but the key to this position is about making sure you're trying to press that hip down. To get out, just bring yourself back up and then roll yourself out gently. Come back up onto all fours again. So imagine then on your right side, bring your right knee up towards the wrist. Take the leg across the body so you've got an angle. And this leg that's long that you're going to slide back, if you were to look at the foot, needs to be directly at the centre of your calf. So have a look and see if it's directly at the centre of your calf muscle. And now try and press this hip down to the ground to start feeling that stretch through the butt. It's just that tiny little muscle deep in your bottom. Try to keep the back nice and straight. And if you feel it's kind of easing a little bit, you can go a bit deeper. You can come down onto your elbows. Just stretch here. Still trying to press the hip down to the ground. And then to bring yourself out, come up onto your hands, roll yourself out. And when you come back onto your knees, we're going to do a little bit of a lat stretch, but also ease out the lower back in child's pose. So, little gap between the knees, the heels are together, the butt goes back over the heels, and then just walk the hands forward. It's the walking of the fingers forward that's going to give you a little bit of a stretch through your lat muscles. And just press the chest down. Try walking the fingers a little bit further forward and pulling your arms back so that you can really stretch out the muscles by pulling away from your fingers. Alright, to complete the routine, we need to do a good chest stretch. So, what you should do now is head to a wall. I'm going to give you an alternative that you can do here with me now, but one of the best chest stretches is to find a wall, place your forearms on the wall, and then take a step in front and just press yourself forward. So you can do that stretch standing or in a kneeling position. Standing is probably better. Your forearms are up against either side of the door frame and just press the body through, and you'll feel a lovely little chest stretch. What I want us to do today, just in a sitting or a kneeling position, is to take the hands behind, roll the shoulders back, and then lift them up and have a good stretch through your chest here. And we're just going to hold this. You do it seated, you can do this standing. If I was to stand up, I'd be chopping my head off on the camera. And then relax down. So really important to roll the shoulders back so that you open up the chest on that stretch. So later on, go and try it up against the wall with the door frame with your hands here. Open the door, then just press the body through. One of the best chest stretches. Last to finish off, I want to do a hip flexor stretch before we stand. Tuck the pelvis under and then press the hip forward. These get really short and tight when you're sat at a desk for too long. And just hold it here. If you've got the flexibility, you can also lean forward, pop the hands on the floor and just really drive the hips forward to open up the hip a little bit further. Kind of like a running stretch, this one, isn't it? Runner's stretch. And then come back, change legs. Nice big step, tuck the pelvis under, press, hold here. Make sure you've got something soft underneath your knee as you're rolling your weight forward. Excuse me. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can either just lean forward or let the hands come to the ground and just press and sink that hip a little bit further. And there you have it, your deep stretch routine. Try and do this once a week and really work hard to relax the muscles. Think about taking a deep breath in and then exhaling, taking those stretches a little bit deeper. Remembering that it's not just enough to just do a quick stretch at the end of your workout, because all you're doing is just returning those muscles back to their original length. It is worth choosing a few key muscles, even if you choose one muscle group each workout, and just do those as that deep stretch, and you'll slowly start to develop your flexibility. Well done, team. You have done really well with your workouts. Keep me posted how you're feeling about them. Check in with me and let me know how you're finding them.